But what do you think about same-sex marriage?
Oh shit. Yeah,
It's a sin.
You think it's a sin? So you think
It
I'm
is a sin.
sinful?
What's that?
You think I'm sinful because I'm married to a man?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes, you're sinning. You are in a sinful relationship. I actually don't believe marriage can be between two men.
So, where to begin, right? You know, one of the things in the ministry that we're in is we get a lot of men with same-sex attraction, right? We've had several men that have come through that have been married to men. And what we try to do is we build a relationship with them where at one point they ask us that question: do you think this is a sin? And my hope is that before they ask that question, they've given us enough time to truly love them for who they are, not what they think they are, but who they are, the person, the man, the character, the internal, right? That and as they understand that we love them past any of these other things, that whenever they ask us the question, do you believe this is sinful? I'm able to be able to speak honestly and truthfully and say, yeah, any sex outside the covenant of a marriage between man and woman, it's sin. That includes men and women outside of marriage. That's men and men, women and women, men and women, all of it. For me, what question and answers like that don't get to articulate well is that we need to make sure that all of the sin is the same. That one type of sin isn't greater than the next type of sin, that heterosexual promiscuity is treated by the church the same way that homosexuality is, right? It's this is the truth. As a Christian married man, the only woman that I am with is my wife, and anything outside of that covenant is a sin. And then we have ways to train and equip. And I don't think that attraction should be identity. Because a man is attracted to a man or a woman is attracted to a woman, I don't believe that becomes their identity. It's just our sinful flesh. And I think that's one of the things that I think that creating it is like, man, this is going to be, I think the church has done a disservice to the healing of many men and women that suffer from same-sex attraction by creating it as an identity. I believe that the church creates it as an identity, and I think that makes it very hard to overcome. So instead of like, I have the ability through submission to Christ to overcome sin, now it's like, well, this, you know, it's different. It's looked at differently. It's who they are and what they are and their identity. Instead of saying, listen, I can teach you how not to masturbate to whatever it is you were going to masturbate to. You know what I mean? We're going to address that. I'm going to teach you how to manage the thoughts that come into your mind, regardless of what type of sex you were attracted to. In that, and in a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, I believe that he begins to mold, shape, and change the heart about marriage and companionship and all of those things. Does that change what they're attracted to? I don't know. I have been attracted to Hispanic women my whole life. My wife's Hispanic. And I don't think that changes. And I look at those in the same light. People probably say I'm wrong for that, but I think that a sin is a sin. I know that I had a conversation with a guy one time. I said, listen, if you walk into the HEB and you eat a grape off the bag, it's stealing. Is that a sin? Yeah. Okay, then that's the same as molesting a kid. That's the same as, and well, you know what, obviously, like I would rather people eat grapes, you know what I mean, than the other. But when we're looking at it in those terms, there's an ability to get past it. If we look at it outside of those terms, I don't think there's a process that we can heal. So yeah, absolutely. Sex outside of marriage, period, is a sin. I believe that the Bible clearly defines marriage between, he created man and woman. You know, that's just how I see it. Now our country has made it where you can legally marry the same sex. And so legally, according to our state laws, they say that is marriage. But does that mean it's biblical? I don't believe it's biblical if we're having that conversation. My truth is, I would rather choose not to judge unbelievers by the standard of believers. I would rather be able to encounter them, love them, be able to build a relationship, and then have an opportunity to, whenever they ask, when they see the fruit of the character of Christ in me, and say, hey, what is this about? What is this about? And then we have enough relationship where I'm like, listen, I love you. You know that I love you. There's no judgment in me, but the reality is there will be a judgment. This is sin. You wouldn't ask this question if something in you didn't desire to ask this question. But I think it takes real relationship to do that. And I think that's what the church should invest in. And I say the church as all churches, I think they should invest in teaching people how to create relationships as powerfully as they try to invest in getting people to go evangelize, right? Because in America, I think it's one of the greatest mission fields available, but everybody's heard of Jesus. And most people don't have a good view of it, not because of his holiness, but because of the misrepresentation. And so, long answer to a short question.